All right, y'all. Y'all can get y'all's pen and paper out tonight because we got Mr. Larry Roberts in the house. Um, just to tell y'all a little bit about Larry, because he's probably not going to tell y'all all this. He is the GOAT. Everywhere I go, if somebody say they're from Chicago, I say, you heard of Larry's Barber? Oh, yeah, we know Larry. Everybody knows Larry. Now, he started cutting hair in his parents' garage. Larry said for, I believe, like $3 a haircut. Now, I don't know any other person in the beauty profession that has done more than him and is doing more. And he's just hit his second half of life. You know, the game, he done played the first half really great, but the game is won in the second half. Y'all probably see him behind the Chicago Bulls basketball team because he got y'all them front row seats. You know how you go to the Lakers games and you get to sit up there with the stars? Well, Larry got season tickets to that, along with a lot of other toys and things. But he's done a lot of great stuff for the community. He's had these schools in the prisons, and there's no offering tray in the prisons. It's like a preacher going to the prison. You really have to be doing that from your heart because he does that out of his pocket. He's opened up this big facility from the ground up. He's built it from the ground up. Got this bank, but I'm not going to talk a lot because I want Larry to really tell y'all how far he's come, the trials and tribulations, the things he's had to overcome. But Larry, I also want you to tell them all of the accomplishments because we need to hear this from somebody like you because I'm going to put this on YouTube and it's going to inspire some people and let them know that they can do it too. So without further ado, we got Larry Roberts and I'm ready to sit back and take notes.
What's up, Dr. Chen? How you doing, man?
Great.
I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity and the platform for everybody. How everybody doing? Man, I don't ever want to come off as if I'm, bragging or anything like that, man. But I truly believe that I've worked hard and I've paid my dues, in this industry. And like you said, I'm continuing to try and do more. And I think the most important part is that I'm not doing it. I'm doing it selflessly. I'm doing it being selfless in from the aspect of I'm doing what I'm doing so that way I can help somebody else because of the heart that I have. And a lot of people, we're such in competition with each other, man, until I just want to be able to I ask God to allow me to do it from my heart so that way I can be in position so I can help other people who want to, for lack of a better way to say it, get where I am or even possibly surpass me. You know what I'm saying? But that may be hard because of the fact I don't sleep at night. So I'm going hard, man. I'm going hard. Like I'm steadily trying to go, man. So just a little bit about me. You already mentioned in regards to I started cutting hair when I was 13 years old. I had two chairs in my parents' basement when I was 13, a teenager, and I had one of my other friends, my friend Mike Miller from Yesterday's Jazz, he used to cut hair with me in my basement, and I went to barber school when I was 17. Saved my money. I went from $3 for a cut to $5 for a cut, and went to barber school when I was a senior in high school. Saved my money, opened up my first barbershop at 19. So I'm 51 now. I've been in business for 32 years. And now to date, I'm licensed in over 22 states with my master instructor license. And I have 8 schools, barber and cosmetology. 4 of those are in penal institutions. Cook County Jail, I've been there for 15 years. I'm in Illinois Department of Juvenile Justice. I just made history again by opening up in a middle school here in Dalton, Illinois, and the township. And also, I'm in Walmart locations with full service shops where I do commission. So my employees are W-2 employees, and I set them up so that they can succeed, so to speak. Meaning, I mean, booth rent for some people may be okay. I've been there, done that years and years ago, but I'll never do booth rent again because I think in that from that aspect, you're cheating yourself out of being able to make more money as the operators are able to make more money, along with the fact that you know they're not going to be, most people aren't going to be responsible for properly paying their taxes and, getting benefits and stuff like that. So I prefer to do it that way. And they have to wear uniform in my shop. I have a front desk staff who, ring everybody out, shampoo services, hot towels, all of those things. And I'm currently going to open up in another Walmart location. That location to be open in actually a couple months. And you mentioned also that I'm building from the ground. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm the first barber school to ever be built in the barber school from the ground up. And I'm adding cosmetology, nails, esthetician to that. And I'll also be fixing clippers for anybody who want to send clippers in or bring clippers. I'll be fixing clippers and tools and hair dryers and stuff like that, along with fixing barber chairs as well. So I'm having a little garage built on the back of the new school, so that way I'll be able to service people barber chairs, because we really don't have a lot of that, if any, that exists like that anymore. And I'm opening up a credit union, as you mentioned. My credit union should be open. I'm looking at around March or April, but no later than the beginning of the summer, my credit union should be open. And this week, I'm just waiting for the name change to completely go over. But I'm partnered with a gentleman by the name of Brian in Wisconsin, and we have the only barber school in Wisconsin, in the whole state of Wisconsin, Madison, Kenosha, Racine. And we have a barber school, cosmetology school, nail school, and esthetician school right there in Wisconsin. So that should be open this week. So I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, that's just some of the stuff I'm doing. I have an automotive school of technology. I kind of wanted to stay in the vocational realm. So basically, I have an automotive school with HVAC and appliance repair school. Then I'm opening up. I opened up an HVAC and appliance repair business inside within the school, so that way I'll be able to hire the students. Once they become certified, I'll be able to hire them to then go out and do work in that industry. And what else? I have a shoe and clothing line, Astro Kicks and Goods, but I have a spinoff, which is J-Larro, and I have a hair product, and my men's hair care product is inside the gels now. So the gel use my shampoo, conditioner, spritz, oil sheen, and stuff like that. So and I sell it in my Walmart locations, as well as I use it for my back bar in Walmart, and I use it for my back bar at the barber schools as well. And now I'm coming out with Maximus Essential. So my men hair care products is Maximus Man products, and my women's products is Maximus Essentials, because I want to have something for the women and educate people about products as well. So and what else? I don't want to leave nothing out. I play drums and keyboards professionally, just so you guys know everything that I do. So I do play drums and keyboards professionally, songwriter, and I've traveled the world doing that. So I've been doing that, man, pretty much all my life. And what else? So yeah, if you have any questions, you could ask me, but I can go on and on, man. So, I really love what I do. I think that it's important for the people who are online right now. I'm assuming that, most people, if not all, are in this industry. And I was just thinking today, and I was gonna make a post, I'll probably make it tomorrow, but don't I see so many people in this industry, and I think there are so many people that do it for the shine. They do it just so that they can, look good or say I got my own shop, but it's a lot of work that go into it, man. You can't open up no shop and then don't want to be there. You're looking at somebody who, I used to cut hair starting at 4 o'clock in the morning, man. I would cut hair from 4 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock the next morning. And I would stand up all day cutting hair. This is the thing that I feel like has gotten me where I am right now. Being a celebrity barber, I considered all my clients celebrities, but of course, I've cut the basketball and the football, baseball players. I was Judge Mathis barber. Mackay Pfeiffer, people in the music industry. I mean, the whole shebang. So I've done that, and a lot of these people who are, you know, especially the new babes, as I call it in the industry, unfortunately, they want to get to work at 12 and want to leave at 3, and they want to be made $1 million, and it just don't work that way. I used to cut between 25 and 38 heads on a daily basis, and the most heads I ever cut in one day was 48 heads. and we was humping, we was going, man. That's when haircuts was 10, 15, $20. Now, they getting $50 to start off with, to $100 for a haircut, not to mention what the ladies are able to charge, for hairstyles, for lace fronts and sew-ins and all of that kind of stuff. So we make a lot of money, man. But I always say that we have to be careful we don't allow our gift to take us someplace that our character cannot handle. And what do I mean by that? A lot of us are good at what we do, but our character can't handle that. I was at a Waymaker summit with Lewis Carr this past couple weeks ago. I was at the Waymaker summit, and I heard mention that you have to master what you hate, so that way you can have more opportunity for the things that you love. And I kept saying it over and over again. I'm like, man, that's resonating with me. And what does that mean? Some people hate to get up early in the morning, but if getting up early in the morning means affording yourself to be able to, have a better life, and be able to enjoy the things you love, then you got to master those things that you hate, right? So for me, I didn't care what that looked like. I hate being late, so I'm not going to be late for nothing at all. I don't believe in that. I'm gonna have my stuff together. And I didn't understand in the beginning. I didn't understand why it had to take me so long to get where I was trying to go and to achieve the things that I was trying to achieve. But not being all deep in everything. But I grew up, God fearing. Dad, pastor. Dad is a bishop. Dad played the organ for a lot of the gospel greats back in the day. So that's why I kind of get that's where I get my background from in the music industry. And just believing that God allowed me to go. I always say you have to go through in order to get to, but it's how you deal with what you go through that determines how you come out. And I believe that God allowed me to go through these things so that way when I reached where I am right now, I would be able to handle it. But had God given me in my early 20s what he started to show me in the last 9, 10 years, because, out of 32 years, man, I just started seeing light at the end of the tunnel the last 10 years or so. But I stayed on the wall and I did not move. As difficult as it might have been, the days that I went to work knowing that, I'm still not going to make enough money to make ends meet, but I still got to go because I had an obligation to my clients who've been faithful to me, who were there for me and who shop with me every week. You know what I'm saying? That's why all of my clients are considered important and celebrities to me, not just the people who are multimillionaires or, ball players and stuff like that. So I treat all my people, the same. Of course, we give a little carte blanche to, few people. Hey, man, I'm gonna be a little late, or, you think you can squeeze me in, you try and make accommodations for stuff like that. And I think that should be for every client. But nevertheless, man, I had to go through it. And I understand it made me more disciplined, and it made me a more structured man, all around, because I had to go through these things. And I knew what it felt like to make the necessary sacrifices. I know, Chin, that you teach people how to start their own schools and things to that degree. And even with starting your own school, I always say many are called, but few are chosen. And you got to really be chosen for this, man, because in opening up my first school, I literally, used to have to go and buy and sell real estate and cut hair and, my money from music. And I used to have to bring it because I thought out the box. And I literally, man, I'm up at 3, 4, 5 o'clock every morning. I can't help it because my brain don't shut off. But nevertheless, I would have to go make money in other areas to bring back and sow into my school, because not being able to have financial aid right off, I did everything, man. I tried to call the government, like, man, y'all need to expedite my financial aid. And I tried to call my accreditation. I tried to call, not only the government. They said, man, the president came. I think President Obama was president at the time or something like that. They was like, man, President Obama can't even make us expedite this, and along with, I was trying to get Sally Mae. I was trying to get some type of loans. We got a thing called We Are Here. it's really it's difficult, man. So, but you gotta go through the process. But only the strong will survive, and I thank God that I was able to survive it, and I won't mess it up to you know for nothing in the world. Like I can't afford to mess it up for nothing in the world because it took me. I went through too much in order to get here, and the other part of that is that like I wanted more schools, which is why I have my license in over 22 states because I truly want to do it from my heart. I believe that I'm the only barber school that has student housing. So, I wanted to set my schools up where anybody from around the world anybody from around the world can come to my schools, and I want them to be able to live on campus. People thought I was crazy when I bought shuttle buses and vans years ago. Said, man, what you buying shuttle buses for? Larry's Barber College buses, vans. I'm like, man, because one day I'm gonna have housing, and my housing gonna need transportation. So currently, I'm working on another form of housing, which I'll be able to in a few of the buildings that I'm buying. I'll be able to have like 60 students or so living in each building. So with that, when people come from out of town, then I'll be able to use my vans and my buses and transport them to whatever location I choose for them to go to, right? So with that being said, instead of somebody just picking, my 105th and Halsted location or my 79th Street location or my Joliet location, you know, I can use my transportation and I can disperse them wherever I want them to be. That would help give even a better balance to all of my schools versus one school having more students. Like I have a lot of students at my schools, but I could balance it off even better. And I start classes every 2 months in each school, but I still start classes on a monthly basis because my freshmen are in class for 8 weeks. But of course, I had to graduate to that. I mean, when you first open, you're trying to get all the students you can get in at one time. But now I don't want it convoluted, so I have them start every 8 weeks, so that way then they graduate to sophomore, then to junior, then senior, and so on and so forth. And I'm the only person who can proctor the state board exam inside the Cook County Jail and the Illinois Department of Juvenile Justice. So they allow me to proctor the exam, and I have to send it back, and then they grade it. Then they'll send back the results. So I've done that, and I have currently people that came from the jail who's working for me now in the county jail. I mean, in my Walmart locations, man, they making thousands of dollars on a weekly basis. So yeah, man. I can talk. I can talk and go on and on. I got a lot of stuff to say, Chin, man. But I mean, if you would like to chime in, or I don't know if people have
Yeah,
questions that you would like to. I've seen
yeah,
people kind of post something, so I can answer some
yeah.
questions if you'd like me to.
Yeah, now don't you had a shop in was it in the Chicago Bulls, the Coliseum, the
No, mm-mm.
it wasn't in there. Okay.
No, no,
Well,
no, no. One of my friends cut for the Chicago Bulls, but like I don't I really don't have time for that anymore. Like to cut hair full time. I still cut hair. Don't like if I'm not busy on a Friday, Saturday morning, man, I'm in the shop. I'm cutting hair. And I just kind of spread myself out. I just choose what location I want to go cut hair with, whether it's with my students or the Walmart locations, man. But I'll never stop cutting hair. I love to cut hair. But um but I can't cut like on the schedule the way I used to be able to because I'm so inundated, man. With I got a meeting tomorrow, no Friday, with a high school who want me to put a school in there. I'm an adjunct for the city colleges, so I helped Truman College merge their cosmetology and barber program. I designed their barber school up inside of there, so I have ID and I'm an adjunct for that. Recently Olive Harvey College. So I helped Olive Harvey and design their barber school and ordered their equipment and all of that kind of stuff, man. So I'm really putting myself out there, becoming a speaker, well, just doing a lot of things like that, man. And I just really want to help make the world a better place, man. And I don't think that right now I've surpassed standing behind a barber chair, and which is my reason one of my reasons for opening up, LBC Credit Union, LBC Federal Credit Union, because it's for the hair care industry as a whole, and then it's for the music industry as a whole, because I feel like we don't have any exit plans, and we don't have any. I call it, what's your end game? If you can't service clients, whether you're a cosmetologist, nail esthetician, or a barber, if you can't service your people on any given day, you don't make any money. If you don't put anything into a 401k, you don't have anything saved when you get ready to retire, right? So my remedy for that is me open up my credit union and me market and solicit people, so that way me market and solicit people, so that way I'll have products for people and to be able to teach people what that looks like, so that way when you are ready to come from behind that chair, then you have options and you're able to retire, sit back, chill, and man, you good to go. So
Okay, now, I really wanted you to come on here and tell everybody all of this stuff, but did you leave anything out? Because I'm going to go down the list. Larry got eight
I don't
schools,
know.
student housing. He's on shuttle buses and vans to transport these students. He's licensed in 22 states. There's licensed in 22 states. He's in 4 prisons. He's the only person that can proctor the exam in that prison. He's connected. You got the middle school too, right?
Yes.
Okay. He's also in Walmart's. He has a federal credit union. He's got the barber school, the cosmetology, nails, aesthetics, the only one in Wisconsin. He has the automotive school of technology. He's got the HVAC school. He even got the HVAC business. He has the shoe and clothing line. He got the spinoff, J-Larro. He has the hair products in the jail, and at Walmart and the stores and his school locations. He's got the Maximus Essentials for women, and he's got the Maximus for the men. Of course, we all know that his daddy, Bishop, was great, is great. Larry is a drummer and a keyboardist, professional, and a songwriter. Now, people talk about celebrity barbers. Larry is a real celebrity barber. Before Instagram, social media, and all of that stuff, he is a real bona fide celebrity barber. I know a lot of y'all see people on Instagram, they might cut 1 or 2 celebrities. That's not a celebrity barber. He's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and cut 48 heads in one day. What did I miss, Larry?
Oh, somebody just said it. I wrote 2 books too. They just said I'm an author and a writer, so I did write 2 books. Thank you for that, China. I think it was.
Did we miss anything?
I'm real good at playing sports. I don't know if that matter or not. Like, I can hoop,
he
man.
can play some basketball. Y'all to see
basketball, baseball,
IG.
football, softball, racquetball, squash. I could do it all, man. Still to this day. So I'm going hard, man. And I think it's important too, Chin, not to be, this is not me being judgmental or holding myself in high esteem or anything like that, man. But just for people, to know, like, I've never drank, I've never smoked, I've never used drugs or gotten high or anything like that, man. But that's me, I mean, I've had my cross to bear, I had my struggle, with the women a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, we all got our crosses to bear, man. And I used to fight a lot. So I done threw some clippers in my day. So Lord forgive me. So I don't do that anymore, man. But I'll just say, people who we service, they look at us. Our postures inside the shop is very, very important. And a lot of people don't really realize that, man, you don't have to have the best haircut or the best hairdo, but if your service is up to par, then people can forgive, the lining being crooked one day or the fade maybe being off a little bit, because guess what? They feel safe coming in there. They feel safe, with their children coming in, or their mothers and fathers and grandparents, or they're sending their wife with their son, and you're not trying to get up with them and all that kind of stuff, man. So, or you're not smelling like what you just got through smoking outside. I just think that it's just very instrumental, man, and important. Like me, I'm a cologne freak. I love to dress. I love to smell good. I keep myself looking good, to the best of my ability. I keep my nails and stuff done, man. I stay groomed. I keep a haircut. I keep a shave. I think that is very important, man. It's a great attribute to who we are and what we do, for the industry. And then people end up wanting to be like us. Hey man, what kind of cologne is that you got on today? Or man, what kind of shoes are those you wearing? Or man, how you driving a car like that? And basically, did I lose you?
No, I'm still here because
Oh,
I'm
okay,
gonna look
okay,
at your
okay,
IG.
okay. Yeah, and basically, man, it's like, hey, man, how you driving a car like that? And basically, man, hey, I cut hair. Man, you don't cut hair. I'm like, yes, I do. Here go my card, man. I'll give you a free haircut. Come holler at me. So there's a lot of different ways, man, we can build us a book. And like I tell people, the way haircuts are nowadays, if a haircut started at $50, man, you can cut 15 heads a day, 5 days a week, and make $37.50 a week. Times four, that's $15,000 a month, man. Times 12, that's $180,000 a year. That's great money. That's great money, man. But you got some people who won't discipline themselves and structure themselves to the degree where they're able to, make what they can really make. But then they don't have anybody, twisting their arm to say, now pay your taxes, or put you some money in the savings account, because we think that it's always going to be plentiful, which a lot of times it is. We see repeat customers on a weekly basis, man. And we don't think that it's gonna run out. But what about them days where, you done spent all your money, and now you got to work the next week to pay your booth rent, and you got to work the next week to pay your bills. That just really don't feel good, man. So it feels good to me to be able to, do direct deposit with my employees. I do a sliding scale commission. They make a lot of money. The more money they make, I'm able to make more money. I'm fair to them, so that way, they're not looking to say, well, man, I need to go work somewhere else because you're taking too much of my money. No, they understand, with a front desk staff and with hot towels and with supplies, it come a cost. So I'm not doing 50-50, what I'm saying? I'm doing a true sliding scale, man, where it's fair to them. And I cap off at a high percentage. So that way they feel like, man, they're being, comped, and their taxes are being paid. When they need to go buy a house, a car, they got W-2s to show for it. So I'm setting my people up to be successful, man.
Now, Larry, can you see your Instagram page?
I can.
Okay, so I want to go through here and I want you to stop me at different pictures and videos. And can you explain stuff? Because I've been knowing you for years, so I know a lot of things, but
And you would think that I would have, like, man, hundreds
a,
of
a
thousands of
million followers, but that doesn't matter.
but I don't care about that. And see, I got so many different, like, that's just me personally, but like my barber school page got, way more followers than I have, man. Cause I don't care about that like that. You got people that they so hung up on how many followers and how many likes, but that ain't making you no money though. It ain't making you no real money unless you got 100 million followers and you doing stuff where you getting likes and it's making you $1 million, man. Other than that, I don't care nothing about no followers, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make my money, man. I ain't on social media like that. I try and post a network, and I can't stand when people pages are private. It's like, why is your page private, bro? Like, why? Like, it makes no sense to me. But go ahead.
So I want you to just tell me where to stop so you can show them, because we got people on here that don't know you, Larry, and they ain't never heard about you. So you done told them. So now
Okay.
show them some stuff.
Okay, well, Eyewitness News just this past weekend, that was Beauty Gives Back. And I gave 2 scholarships away.
Industry leaders and rising stars of the beauty industry gathered today for a good cause. The Beauty Gives Back event was held at the Hilton Oakbrook Hills Resort, where salon pros from all over came to learn, grow, and give back. More than 30 scholarships, including 2 full tuition scholarships to Larry's Barber College, were also awarded at the event.
Very nice.
Okay, we're gonna keep going, Larry.
Yeah, and then I think I did a video for Kamala Harris. I just feel like the hair care industry, I think that we should support her.
This one?
That was the Beauty Gives Back. I think that was just like a little piece, yeah.
Okay. Just tell me
The one with the shirt on right there. I mean, you don't have to play the whole thing, but I just feel like yeah, that's the Harris for president. I just think that, man, if we support her and help her to understand, the dynamics of our industry, because we are, you know, definitely essential and we're economy proof, man. So we need the help in those areas that I spoke about earlier. So
Where you?
you can keep going. Right there, the barber picture. No, not that one.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I got some news for
That's
y'all.
the new
Y'all see that
Walmart.
sign in the back? See that sign in the back? I know y'all looking at my haircut. I cut it this morning. I know I'm here. But I got some news for y'all. So follow me. I'm gonna try and keep the sun out of it. Follow me.
That's my logo.
Uniform for the
One of our
barber
little
school.
uniform shirts that my
Follow me.
staff wear.
Let me see if y'all can guess where y'all follow me. All right. Follow me. Keep following me. Got some news for y'all.
I be clowning a lot, y'all. So
Guess
forgive
what?
me. I like to play a lot.
Got some news for y'all. Coming up soon. So y'all just seen that sign. Let me see if y'all can guess. I'm already almost to the news. It's just a little teaser, man. I'm walking into this building. Y'all guess what the news is yet? Walking into this building. Guess the news yet? Walking into this building. Almost. Ooh. Almost. 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 Guess what's gonna be right here? Guess what's gonna be right here? Inside of Walmart. Yes. Guess yet? That's right. Larry's Barber Maximus will be opening up at your Walmart in Country Club Hills on 167th Street. Coming soon.
Yeah, man. So yeah, like you see the picture right there, right here, the barber within the blue, the billboard type. Yeah. So like I just think that it's important, man. Like I like to do stuff with in excellence, you know. So I have a creative ops team. So just kind of showing you like some of my promos and my marketing, because I just continue to market all the time, man. It's like you can never get comfortable. And I mean, honestly, you know, I mean, I'm being biased, but I don't want nobody to go to nobody else's school but my school. So I can feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So hey, everybody just got to step their game up, man, because I don't sleep at night. And I'm already in 2040, man. I always say that, bro. So, you know, I'm just trying to go there. And then I'm going to start my own podcast, that cut above right there. Yeah, I'm going to start my own podcast. I feel like I got a lot to say. So I want to do a podcast, man. And I think that it's going to be, you know, pretty good. So, yeah. Um, so I mean, you can see me playing the drums right there if you want me to. If you want.
Yeah, where's that
Right
at?
in the middle at my daughter's birthday party. She made me play the drums and I didn't want to sweat. No, that okay, no, that was my daughter coming in. I don't think I posted. No, that I thought I posted me playing the drums.
Oh, that ain't you.
No, that's my daughter coming in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that guy right there, that picture, that I was on the news on WGN with Lawrence. But then if you go to the
center of everything,
yeah,
if you want to know something, politics, what's happening in the
and
streets,
then
any type of deals, anything, you come to the barber shop. Tell me about the people that come and sit.
You said what?
so that guy right there, he worked with me in county jail. This dark skinned guy. So
Uh-huh.
he was the first person to take his exam in county jail, and they let him out, and he worked for me in Walmart. He making it, man. He blazing. He blazing. That guy right there, he was locked up as well. He in there blazing. Man, they making thousands of dollars a week, man, cutting hair, man. They got to wear uniform. They got to be professional, all of that stuff, man. So you can go to the other one. The picture with the Caucasian guy, what I got the Burberry shirt on, yeah, that one right there. So this guy is the Illinois State Treasurer, and I'm gonna have him help me as relates to being able to give money to my credit union. So that's very, very instrumental. That's huge. That's huge. So I'm really excited about that. And that's Christy Love. She's actually a PR person. You see Reverend Al Sharpton right there in that one picture. I was with Reverend Al Sharpton, and then I was with that's Lewis Carr for BET. And I don't know if I got another one in there, but yeah. So yeah, man, you know, I know we got a lot of stuff in Instagram, but that that's my oh, that was me
Y'all doing?
ranting a little bit. You
A
don't
lot of
gotta
people,
play
you know
that.
me. A lot of
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, you know, we'll probably be all day going through the Instagram, man. So that's my Rockford location. Yeah, when I just got accredited. What's the daily verse? So my daily verse, I was at the Las Vegas Summer League, man. That was really dope. Basketball Summer League game. Somebody just asked what's the daily verse. So I read that was a good question. I read um every day. I read scriptures every morning. I say my little prayers. That's in the jail right there. That guy actually working. Yeah, he working with me in the jail now. I mean, at the Walmart now. But as you can see, he was one of my students inside the jail. But you know, I read me some scriptures every morning. You know, say my little prayer, thanking God for another day, and I literally don't do anything else until I do that first. No social media, nothing else, no text messaging, you know, nothing else, man. So I just, you know, thank
Trade
God for
school
allowing me to see another day. So this the guy that was in the jail with me.
or
That was when I was on Windy City Live.
Learning a skilled profession is every bit as important as traditional four-year schools, and our next guest has been training future generations of barbers for more than 20 years.
Yeah, joining us now from Larry's Barber College is owner Larry Roberts Jr. and one of his graduates, Damian Davis. Hi, Larry. Hi, Damian. Thank you for being here.
Welcome to the show.
Yes. I mean, Larry, you're no stranger to this show. We featured you a few years back and all the wonderful things that you do in the community, but you've been doing this now for more than 2 decades. Why was it important for you to open up a barber college?
Well, I'm only 35. How can you doing more than 50, right?
Excuse me, I know.
But it was very important because a lot of people really don't look at us as being essential, but I always explain about the red, white, and blue barber pole. The red stands for blood, the blue is for veins, the white is for bandages, and the ball on the bottom is called a basin. We were doctors and dentists back in the day, but it was later on into the 1800s when they then separated the professions: doctor, dentist, and our professional name is a tonsorial artist. So I really wanted to let people know the importance of who we are and what we do.
I feel like you can add therapists to that list too, because anybody who sits in your chair,
Absolutely.
You're probably helping them out in more ways than you even think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you're providing second chances. Talk about that program.
So, you know, I've been in Cook County Jail now for 15 years. I do it totally complimentary. And I feel like a lot of people look at people who are locked up in jail as bad people, but that's not always the case. People mess up when they're young, and then when they get out of jail to try and do something different, then they end up.
Well, trade school.
Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to get to. All
Hey,
right.
Chin, can we answer some questions that people may
Yeah,
have?
because they'll have you on here all night. I know they got 1,000 questions. Let's go through the chat.
Yeah, because I know we only got like about 13 minutes or so left. So
Yeah, because I value your time. I'll be up all night, but I ain't gonna. Let's see. Okay, so well, somebody, Sabina said, I need your number. Wow. Let's see.
is she cute? No, I mean,
Sabina's a great woman. Married to Dennis. She's a real, y'all get along good because she's a spiritual woman too.
all right.
She's in the church. Husband's a minister too. Let's see. I'm very interested on knowing your route to get your program into the public schools. Some of that stuff they probably gonna, you can answer whatever, and then
I
they
can start
give
with that
you-
question. So public schools is not, I always tell people, you know, somebody called me, I get calls from all over the world. I mean, all over the United States, man. And basically I had a call the other day from Texas, and a gentleman was asking me about putting a school inside of a juvenile facility. And a lot of people, they want to put the cart before the horse, as they say. And if you don't have a school, to me, if you don't have a school on the outside first, and if you don't have experience on the outside first, some years of experience, then you don't need to be trying to open up no school in no type of facility. Because when I was in Cook County Jail, you got to understand, I do it totally complimentary. I've been in there for 15 years. I don't get paid 1 penny to do it. But my name is on the whole entire jail. So I have all of the jails licensed with my name. So basically, I was in there 5 days a week, and I go in there now. I got my own office in there and everything. So like there's a sacrifice that come along with that. And if you can't make that sacrifice and be there or pay an instructor to be there for you, then you really can't do the program. So I wouldn't worry about being in any type of public school or any type of penal institution until, this is just me saying, until you've opened up a shop on the outside first, and that shop is going the way you need it for it to be going. Unless you brave enough to just take the risk that I took and say, "Hey, man, forget this. Ain't nobody telling me no and what I can't do." But you got to be prepared for, what the outcome is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Ronald said, what systems do you have in place to help manage all your ventures?
So I have about close to about 50 employees, and I have, my HR department, I have chief of staff, I have the director of schools. I have other people who do my payroll for all of my businesses. I have meetings on a weekly basis. Um, powers that be is what I call it. So we have meetings with the heads. I'm 100% owner of all of my businesses, but I still have meetings, with like-minded people. You hire people who are smarter than you, certain areas. They can help you do certain things. I listen to people. I don't think that I know it all. And then they have meetings. I have like lead instructors, and we have meetings with all the schools. The instructors have meetings with all of the instructors. I just want to do things in excellence, right? I don't want anybody to say that we blackenizing things, man. And I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but the fact of the matter is that people think that all we are good for is just using our hands when there are a lot of smart individuals in our industry, and we just have to show them, better than we can tell them. And I believe the bank that financed my new school that I'm building, I made them believers, and I thank God that I had all of my stuff aligned, and I'm glad that they took the time to delve into my business, to understand my business, so that way they can believe that I was capable of getting an amount of money that it's going to take in order to build my school. And a lot of people don't have their stuff in order, so who can we blame? Nobody but ourselves. So I try and line everything up, like that. And then as far as my students clocking in, I use the Genesis program. So Genesis basically is like the finger scan. I used to finger scan Genesis. It does their SAP. It put everything in for them, because we have to do audits every year for the school. That's very, very expensive. And Chan, you know how expensive it is to get accredited. So, to get accredited, it can run more than $11,000 to get accredited. So for me, because of the fact that, I already have accreditation, and I have 4 schools that has Title IV. So if I open up a school anywhere in the United States, it'll just be considered an additional location. And instead of waiting 4, 5, 6 years to get financial aid, I can get financial aid within a 6 to 9 month period. And I already have my team in place who work for me full time, who can do my ISS. So that way I don't have to pay anybody else to do my ISS, which when I first got my ISS done, I had to pay somebody to do it because we didn't know how to do it. But now we got it down pat. So when I just renewed to the max because I didn't have any limitations. I had zero limitations, no issues, and I was able to renew to the max. So I don't have to come get it. I don't have to get I'm ready to call it an inspection. What you say?
Go to the workshops and get the inspections, certification?
No, well, I don't have to go to any more workshops. I mean, we can go in order just to kind of stay abreast of everything, but I don't have another visit until
7 years?
No, the max was 6 years, I think. So
Okay.
right now I don't have another visit until 2028.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Yeah.
Karen said, okay, how can schools compete with high school Cosmo Barber programs that are free? I guess, hell, they're not gonna get all the hours. They're gonna come to your school when they graduate.
Right. So what people got to understand is that even if a school is in the college or whatever, or in a high school, you got to understand that they have a lot of other barriers that come along with that, right? So let's just say in the middle school that I'm in, they're not going to get a whole lot of hours. That's just like an introduction to barber school and cosmetology school. Then they have to go off to high school and in hopes that they have it in that high school. And if they don't finish it there, they still got to come with me and finish it on the outside. So, but then too, let's just say in a college setting, they're not going to get a whole lot of clients that's going to come in there, and they're not going to get a whole lot of hands-on. And when it's in college, in a college setting, then they have to take other classes along with their barber school in the college setting. So, I really don't worry about that because we teach it a whole lot different.
Okay, so Jasmine Shears, she said you were able to give them their license while they were in prison?
They couldn't have a physical license, but it was able to be an escrow because I was able to proctor the exam and they passed the exam. And when they got out of prison, then they were able to send in for their license. Yeah.
Great. Let's see. Sharonda said, how did you get in Walmart?
They called me. So it's not one of them things where you can just say, hey, I want to go in Walmart. Walmart called me. It was a unanimous decision, and they were interested in me being inside of Walmart. And I showed myself to be approved, and they love me, so they've offered me more.
Okay. China's in Chicago with you, Larry. China McNeil. She's been in the industry over 30-something years, probably 35 years, I bet.
Oh, okay. Hey, China.
Yeah, y'all have to meet. How do you get licensed in various states?
It's called reciprocity. So basically, like my license in Vegas, just for example, my license in Vegas got my picture on it, unlike Chicago. So it's called reciprocity. And basically you don't have to do school all over again. You just got to send in fees. You got to show that you don't have any disciplines. You take your license from here, you send them the information that they need in another state, and then you got to you can simultaneously, like I keep all my licenses open, my barber's license, my instructor's license here in Chicago. I renew everything every 2 years or whatever. My license in Texas, you no longer need an instructor's license no more. I don't know, that's stupid to me, but I have my master instructor license in Texas, but you don't no longer need an instructor's license anymore. I don't know what's to that, I'm going to have my license in Wisconsin because I'm doing a school out there. So it's pretty much called reciprocity. And so look that up, reciprocity for other states.
Okay. Freddie said, how did you get into jails?
I went into jails, man. Basically, I always say, with my hands up, in surrender. It's like, hey, man, I'm not here for no other reason except for I want to be able to help give a second opportunity to these young men and women who people have given up on, to help cut down on the recidivism. So, they took me at my word. I had the school on the outside already. I gave them MOU. I showed them what I was capable of. And here I am 15 years later. I can take my cell phones in the jail. I got my own office at the jail. I can go anywhere around the jail that I would like to go. I have the whole entire compound license. MOU is a memorandum of understanding. MOU, memorandum of understanding with the jail.
What were the steps you took to set up the campus?
What campus?
Maybe they'll type it in again.
The dorm?
Yeah, they said the dorm.
The student housing?
Yes.
So I seen somebody say, what is Title IV? So basically, Title IV is financial aid, like a regular 4-year university. So we have Title IV. So when you open up a school, you have to get licensed by the state first. Then you have to get accredited. Then after you get accredited, then you apply to the e-car to get your school on the e-car in order to be able to get Title IV funding with the Department of Education, which means that no one is denied, basically, based on your ISAR and your whether if you have 0 EFC, you can get loans and you can get Pell grants, and that's why I'm able to charge what I charge and don't have to worry about whether somebody can pay it or not. So my school is $19,740. I think I'm the cheapest barber school in Chicago that has financial aid.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you get involved with local, state boards and maintenance or standards within the industry?
Uh, so when you say local state boards and standards within the industry, I don't quite understand the question. Like, am I on any boards or anything like that? Is that what they're asking?
Erica, maybe you can break that down a little bit more, please. And then, let's see. Oh, okay, so you answered those. Let me see. This is the time for y'all to ask him these questions because we're not gonna have nobody else on here that has accomplished more than Larry. I got a whole page of stuff that he's done over 2 or 3 decades. So y'all need to ask these questions right
I
now.
appreciate that,
Right.
Chair, man. So everybody know I'm a humble guy. You know, I'm not, you know, and I heard my buddy Johnny Wright, he does hair. Johnny said, I'm gonna stop telling people I'm humble because humble means, you know, lowering yourself and bringing yourself down. So I'm not saying humble, you know, to bring myself down, but you know, with everything that I've accomplished, sometimes you have people who, you know, who he think he is and this, that. Guys, I'm not that person by a long shot. I'm the guy who walk in all of my businesses, my schools. I greet everybody. You know, I give the women the little church hugs. I don't care, you know, what lifestyle they live in. They go get a church hug from me. I ain't dapping you up. I speak to everybody. I treat my staff. You can't say nothing bad to my staff about me because I take care of the people who take care of me. And I want everybody to go. I want everybody to go with me who want to go. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, Chin, man. I know I've accomplished a lot, but people don't know, man. I had to go through it, man. But I still had to stay on the wall. I never changed. I always, you know, I dealt with suicide before. You know, I was at a point in my life I didn't want to live. I didn't know what was going on. I thought God hated me. Like, what am I doing so bad that I'm not succeeding? Not understanding that, hey, man, to whom much is given, much is required. So I had to go through some things in order to be able to get to my next. But it's how I dealt with it that was the determining factor on how I was able to come out, man. And I never want to be there ever again, man. Never again. You know, I can honestly say, and I don't mind saying this, but it takes me to pay the bills for all of my businesses and payroll and all of that kind of stuff on a monthly basis. I spend about $150,000 a month. About $150,000 a month to pay bills, pay payroll, pay my mortgages, you know, all of that stuff, man. You know, a lot of my work vehicles, vans and stuff are paid for. But man, I just shared that to show people that, you know, man, I dream big. And I used to say I'm gonna be a multimillionaire, man, but the Lord told me that I'm gonna be a billionaire, man. And I want to be able to be a billionaire so that way, you know, even if I was a multimillionaire, but I know I'm gonna be a billionaire because I want to be able to help people, man. Like I think the homeless people, they deserve opportunity to do something different. I think these guys who are out here, you know, carjacking and busting people upside their heads, they just need somebody, man, to do more than just give them a job. You know, you got to deal with their character. They need life coaching and mentorship which is why I established my non-for-profit, which is Data Foundation. So that way I can be able to do mentoring and life skills, mental health, substance abuse. I deal with the veterans. I got the GI Bill for the veterans. So you guys know you can get the GI Bill that would help you to be able to get your school, but you have to be open for 2 years before you can get the GI Bill. And that's for the veterans, and they pay their tuition in full. Their tuition is paid within the 2 to 3 week period in full. So, you know, that's always good. And then take advantage of some of the local programs like with the city or the state where, you know, they help pay tuition and stuff like that, man. So people got to understand this is not as easy as what they think that it is, man. You know, opening up these schools and even with having a shop, you know, shops don't make money like that, man. I'm sorry. That's just the reality of it. So, yeah.
Okay, now you got questions pouring in, Larry.
Okay.
Let me see, what's the average number of staff you need to operate a school? When you
Well, it
first
really depends
started,
on
was
you.
it you?
So you basically need for Illinois, you need one instructor every 25 students. So it depends on how many students you have. Like at one point when I first opened up my first school, man, I was administrator, I was instructor. I cut my clients before school opened. I cut them during school. I was on the clinic floor helping the students as well. My clients understood, hey man, my students come first. So if you still want me to cut your hair, I'm gonna have to stop sometimes in order to help my students. Like I was that instructor on the floor where don't nothing get past me. Ain't nobody walking out of there with a goofed up lining. Ain't nobody walking out of there with a messed up fade. My students had to understand how to properly cut hair. I'm not that owner who can kind of cut hair a little bit or don't know what I'm doing. I can cut hair. I can cut hair with a shear, some shears, and a razor, and I can give somebody 20 pair of clippers, and I guarantee you, I'm still gonna make the haircut look amazing. So, I'm that dude, man. And I believe I don't care about my students' money more than I care about them succeeding being at my school, man. So it really depends on, how big your school is. I would say don't open up a school, and this is just me, because I know you teach people how to open up a school, Chan, but me, I would say don't open up a school unless it's at least 4,000 square feet or better. That's what I say. Because the way you need to operate it, and if you want to grow the way I'm growing, you got to have at least 2 or 3 classrooms in your school. Otherwise, if you only have one classroom and one clinic floor area, and then some people got to start somewhere. My first school was only 2,000 square feet. I had one classroom, I had an office. My lunchroom area was in about a front door, a table, in the middle of the floor, and I had 20 stations, man, and 2 bathrooms. So I had to start somewhere. But when I learned and knew where I wanted to go, I had to be bigger, man. So my biggest school right now is 6,000 square feet, but I'm adding on to it, and it's going to be a total of 13,000 square feet with my new school, the way I have everything designed. And I'll be able to I got it set up where I can have 25 students in one classroom, 25 students in another classroom. I have night classes. I got 35 stations on the clinic floor. So at any given time, and then I got another clinical classroom, a clinic area classroom where I can have about 15 to 20 people in that classroom. So at any given moment, all day I can have over 100 people in my school at one time, and then I have like somebody at the front desk. I have my administrators in all of the offices, and at any given time, I can probably have maybe 5 to 7 instructors there at all times. And it's not a bad idea, which I deal with my people. Um, most of my administration, everybody have their barber and barber instructor license. Most of my administration. So that way there can always be coverage at the school. Even if they're not cutting hair, they still have their license because you can't operate your school without having an instructor at the school at all times, or you can get in trouble for that.
Right.
Do you have an accountant, or do you? Yes, I just met with one of my accountants today. So your auditor has to be different than your accountant. I have 3 accountants, and my accountant does my stuff on a regular basis. I don't just wait to do it yearly. My accountant pretty much reconcile all of they got access to all of my accounts, and they reconcile my stuff on a regular basis for all of my companies, all of my businesses.
Can you see the questions, Larry, or do you want me to read them?
Yeah, I can see. So how much do you pay your employees? Well, it depends. My instructors are probably getting at the lowest probably $25 an hour. My instructors are getting. I have some like my lead instructors and certain people, they're on salaries. Like my chief of staff and different people, they're salary employees. So, you have some people they get paid, good money, and it's not an hourly situation with everybody, but everybody get paid pretty well.
Okay, so Erica said, did you learn anything during COVID? Did you operate during COVID? You did. You got financial aid, so you did.
Yeah, we was able to operate during COVID, yes. And we were able to do part of the hours and where they could do them online. So yeah, I didn't stop going. I didn't stop going. Please explain why. What is that saying? Please explain why your accountant. What did that say?
Has to be different from your auditor.
Because they can cook the books. So if your accountant and your auditor are the same people, then they can cook the books, if you know what that means. So cooking the books basically is if something is wrong somewhere and you're the accountant and you're the auditor, then you can finagle things and make it where you want it to be. Just like you can't have a family member doing financial aid. because if you have a family member doing financial aid, then you can get in trouble because the family member can be cooking the books for you too. Like when you get financial aid, you basically, shame on you if you're not able to really maximize on that financial aid, right? But you have some people who play the system and they really do things that they shouldn't be doing. So you can't have a family member doing that because they feel like you had a family member on your side versus, an average ordinary employee who, they got to go by the guidelines. And you can lose your financial aid too. If you get on HCM1 and HCM2,
Mhm.
yeah, you can lose your financial aid. Somebody just said, will you offer loans? What did it say?
Will you offer loans to, let me see, where was that at? Do you,
It said, will you offer loans
for
to?
new schools as part of your credit union? Is that what?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. See, because like people think that I opened up my school with grants and with loans. I didn't. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because they don't believe us. They don't believe our industry. And why don't they believe our industry? Because we don't have the right things to show them. We don't have the paper trail and we don't have the paperwork to properly show them. So basically, me being a credit union for the hair care industry and for the music industry, you'll be able to come to me and I will be able to help you in and guide you in, hey, you don't need 100,000. All you need is 50,000. And with this 50,000, you'll be able to do X, Y, and Z. And you don't need to do it until this time and so on and so forth, because I understand it. So I'm definitely going to be giving loans, but making sure that you don't flub on them because I know how to, guide you the right way.
Um,
The name of the credit union is LBC Federal Credit Union, but it won't be open. I can take donations right now, but the credit union won't be open until March or April, no later than the summertime of next year, because you have to go through all of these phases. I've been working on this for a long time.
Freddie said, what is your exit plan? How will you be able to handle a smooth retirement? I don't think you ever going to retire, Larry.
No, I don't. I mean, I'll retire on paper, but I'll never sit down, man. Just like my dad. My dad is a bishop, and he just retired from the church, but he ain't gonna sit down, man. I've just now begun, man. So, but I do have things in place though. Like I have a 401k, but I've grew past the 401k. So basically, I have like insurance plans where I put my money there and it's bigger amounts of money that I'll be able to draw from and take from, kind of where IRS can't mess with it. Baby mama, if people have baby mamas, my baby is 30, so I ain't worried about that. But can't nobody mess with this little thing that I have, man. Kind of sort of position that OJ was in when he was saying he ain't have no money. So yeah.
Let's see. China said, how do you, well, you just talked about, I guess, shelter the money and stuff and taxes. Let me see. Do you see, there's so many questions here. Larry, when you first opened your school, what was the state license like when they came out in Illinois?
Well, they want to check and make sure you have, first of all, especially now, they're not going to come out unless you have all your paperwork and stuff right. So, you have to show them what enrollment agreement you're going to be using. They have to see the percentages. They have to see, that you have our requirements. You have to have 2 bathrooms. You have to have a lunchroom area, classroom. Are you going to keep your files at the school? Shampoo bowls. They check the hot and cold. You have to have barber side jars. You have to have so many stations. All of those things got to be in order. Covered cans for your dirty towels. Covered, I mean, just all stuff like that. But all of those things are stated inside of the rules and regulations in opening up a barber and cosmetology school.
Okay, Jasmine said, how long have you been open?
I've been in business for 32 years. I've had a shop for 32 years, and I've had barber schools for 20 years now.
Okay. What platforms do you use to market your schools?
I have my own websites. I have an app, so you can go to my app, Larry's Barber College app, download that. It's free. go to my Larry's Barber College app. I have a creative ops department where, you know, they're in charge of my social media. They do my videos. They upload my websites. They keep all of that stuff fresh. And just, you know, social media, and I put a demand on them. I have a recruiter that works for me full time. So my recruiter job is only to make sure that, you know, people are dispersed to every school. You know, all they do is sit and answer the phones and answer questions, help people with their FAFSAs, you know, help people to enroll, let them know what they need, and so on and so forth. So
Okay, so Hair Queen said, I was recently discouraged because hair schools are closing left and right here in Boston. What advice would you give me to keep going? I'm finally about to land a space, but I'm feeling scared.
I would say partner with me. so that way you can get financial aid sooner than later and you won't have to wait on it. And partner with me just pretty much, I mean, if you don't care about your name, you know, if McDonald's said, hey, I want to give you a McDonald's chain, you gonna say no, because I need to be named Millionaire Barber. You're like, man, you better run that McDonald's. Y'all got over 100 billion served. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not opposed to people, you know, saying, hey, Larry, I want to partner with you, you know, and I don't partner with just anybody. You know, I'm willing to, you know, meet with you, make sure that we're here and you can understand the dynamics. And I'm not trying to take over nobody's situation. I'm just only trying to help, you know, enhance. So if you, because it's going to take at least 4 to 5 years, if not longer, for you to get financial aid. And, you know, you got to pay all of these fees, and, you know, you got to do the ISS, and you have to pay for, like, to do an audit. It's about $18,000 to have an audit done every year. And you got to have it done right. And if it's not done right, you screwed. You screwed. If it's not done right. And if it's turned in late, you screwed. You can get on HCM1, HCM2. You can lose your financial aid, or you cannot get it if you don't have it yet. You know, it can cost anywhere. When I first did my ISS, I think I paid like $6,000. I think how much is it for ISS now? Because I mine get done free in my company.
10 to 20,000
Yep,
now.
to do an ISS. Yep,
Uh-huh.
and it's a lot of work that come along with that. So
Let's see. Karen Dornan said Massachusetts is offering free vocational programs at all the community colleges. How can we compete with this?
you can compete with it because at the community colleges, they're only doing it because they have the money and the wherewithal to do it. They're still not able. It's almost like, I remember in Florida, I had went to Florida one time, and people were in barber school where they finished the whole book in like the first couple weeks, and for the rest of the time they just sat up there. They didn't have no hands on, they didn't have nothing. So for me, the community colleges and the high school, they don't get a lot of hands on, so there's really no competition there. So let them have at it, open up as much as they want to open up. It's no competition. But see, the issue becomes when they can get financial aid in the community college, but if you don't offer financial aid, people can't afford to pay out of their pockets. That's all.
What is the best way for people on here to contact you, Larry? Because they'll keep you on here all night, and I know.
Yeah. So if y'all would be so gracious and follow me on Instagram, on my social media, that would be great.
I'm gonna put
And
the
I'll
link.
talk to everybody. Like, you can inbox me. I have 2 assistants. I have an executive assistant and I have a personal assistant. So kind of got to get driven around sometimes, man, so I can work simultaneously. But
Here's the IG link, y'all. I
yep.
just put his IG up there, so y'all, if y'all forget it, y'all can reach out to me and I'll connect you to his IG. Y'all DM him.
Yep. And then, with my sisters and stuff, if y'all want to talk business or talk what that looks like, you definitely can inbox me. I'll give you, my email addresses and my assistant's email addresses, so that way we can talk to you guys and whatever I can do, man. And Chin, I appreciate, man, you allow me to be on your platform, man. That shows a lot, from one black brother to another, you know what I'm saying? And like, man, we can all work together, man, to achieve what needs to be achieved. So thank you for allowing me to come on your platform. I appreciate everybody on here for all of the questions and just kind of chiming in and listening and everything. I really appreciate it, man. And anything I can do to help that's within my power, I'm here for it.
Okay, so we're gonna have this up on YouTube, so y'all will be able to go back and listened to all of this, and I wanted everybody to know what Larry has achieved, but he's just getting started. The game is won in the second half. He done played the first half. Look at the second half. He's just getting started at all these things that he has accomplished, and it just brings me joy. I get happy when I see everything he's doing and all of y'all. So I just commend you, Larry. I always keep you in prayer.
Thank you.
Whom given much is required. So may God continue to bless you beyond your thinking, beyond measure. So I'm proud of you, and I just sit back and smile. So we always end with a theme song, Larry. So let us know